I'm Farrukh Nadeem with an Aspire tutorial. Today's Aspire tutorial links to our previous one. In the last lecture, we learned how to make a floor and apply 3D effects. First we sketched it, then applied 3D effects, as seen in this picture. Today, we will apply more commands, and we will add beauty. So let's begin. Today's collection is very important, so understand our process. First, this middle part, I will bring it here and turn it off. Look, this is the simple design we made with leaves. Moving forward, what we want to do is, remember in our last lecture, we first did straightforward designing, then added a 3D effect. After that, we created it with deep designing. Today, we want to create special depth on the leaf we made, so it stands out with depth in the Z direction. Moving forward, remember in our last lecture, we first did straightforward designing, then added a 3D effect. After that, we created it with deep designing. Today, we want to create a special depth on the leaf we made. Its own shape should have depth in the Z direction, on the bar side. We want to add 3D effects by adding this in. Let's continue. The component we made at the very top I've turned off. In the last lecture, we made it just to enhance its beauty. We'll make it again later. So after turning it off, turn on the sketch we had placed. After turning on the sketch, its visibility is now on. The section we made earlier, the sketch we created, I'm going to copy array it here. For this, I'll set the center of rotation to 0 before copying. I'll make 8 segments in total. Now, this is a pretty technical point, so please make sure to try to understand it. I'm going to make this circle a bit smaller while in drawing mode. Look, I've made it a bit smaller from here. When you try to make it smaller, it'll move to one side, so you need to hold down the Shift key here. Now, pay attention to how far I'm bringing it. See, right at the spot where these two lines meet. So I've placed it approximately at that point. What are we trying to do here? Look, right now, the segments that have been created, 8 segments, the petals that I made, if you want to keep these 8 segments for your reference, you can copy and duplicate one of them. Otherwise, I'll ungroup all of them, select this circle along with them, and merge them here. Whether you call it weld or merge, whatever name you use. In most software, this command is called weld. After I did all this, see what happened. The zigzag pattern on the outside got completely separated. Look at this. If I hadn't placed this circle, these lines would have continued inside. I used this feature to remove those lines. So after all this work, you've saved one cross-section. Now we need to create the cross-section for its upper part. So let's come here, and at this spot, I'll create a cross-section. Here, I selected the curve, and from this point, you can set the height as much as you want, according to your requirements. I drew this line with the node, bringing it exactly to this point. Then I brought another line down to this point. Holding Shift, right-click to join them. Now set its cross-section. This, the shape of the leaf, however you want to keep it, you need to set the cross-section like this. Look, I did it here. You can set the height however you want. From here, I'll bring it down a little. See, I've set its side view like this as well. Here, along with this, look, try to make sure it doesn't go outside this point. The section we're creating, if I show you the shape here, you can see this is what's been made. Move it a little outside the center. I've moved it out a bit. Now here, I'll take this same circle, copy and paste it, and with Shift, I've placed this circle here as well. Why did I do that? Actually, I want to revolve this around the circle. We have a command available, create shape, by swapping between 2 real vectors. So I have 2 real vectors, one is this, and the other is the circle I placed here on the inside. Select both circles and apply this command. After that, it says use the selection. So I come here and use the selection, and you can see its 3D view here. Look at this, okay? By selecting the outer circle and the inner circle and using this cross-section, I gave it this shape. After giving it this shape, apply it and close. Now this shape is ready for you. You can bring it here, meaning the circle in the middle that we gave a 3D graphic to earlier, I moved it down. The saved zigzag shape represents our petals. Panning to the first component group, the circle effect is now applied to these petals. See it? How do we actually apply this effect, and what exactly is it? For now, I'm turning it off. You need to select it, the zigzag shape, and then select 3D. Now you have to save its inside. See, using this cross-section, I removed the extra 3D. After removing it, you'll get this effect. Here, I turned the 3D back on. As soon as I turn this 3D on, look, this thing has been created for you. The design we made on top of it has now been applied to it. As soon as I turn this ready on, look, this thing has been created for you, okay? The design we made on top of it has now been applied to it. Now you can see it. This is the same cross-section that we designed here. So in this way, you can give any shape you want to this cross-section and improve the design. I just wanted to give you an idea. After that, this particular component right here, when I carefully turn it on, you can clearly see precisely why I thoughtfully moved it up to this position. The specific section I meticulously made for its overall height, I deliberately took it from the area underneath so that we could easily and effectively pull it out from that precise location. So I will now come over here and simply double click on it. After successfully double clicking, I am now progressively increasing its height right here at this very moment. Just look at this, it's current. Height has increased. By increasing the height, you can make it as tall as you want. Now from here, you can increase the height as much as you like. The thickness and height are available to you. If you want to increase the base height, you can do that from here. See this? As you increase the base height, more of the piece will come out. Then from the top, you'll need to adjust its depth accordingly. So basically, this is the method. This circular design we made in the middle, I can't really say much about this, but you should have an idea of what we're making here. Look at this. Now see, if I increase its base height, it comes close to 5 millimeters. I can't say much, but you should have an idea of what we're making. Look at this. If I increase its base height, it comes close to 5 millimeters. Then it becomes visible. So I lower it so it doesn't show. Look, take it to 6. Sorry, it's at 3.45 sometimes. Take it to 3. When I set it to 3, it goes completely inside. Now by looking at this, you increase it from here, and look, this is basically its shape height, the height that's forming on its upper side. I think this height is enough, so I'll close it at 9. I've closed it at 9, and I've locked it in with this setting. And like this, you can see the shape that's formed here now. We need to carefully put a prominent cross on top of it, precisely like this. So on this particular object, I will proceed to the dedicated drawing section. From the specific point, I have meticulously drawn a straight line from this initial intersection to that subsequent intersection. And with the helpful assistance of the offset tool, I will then skillfully make this line extend on both sides. If I choose to offset it by exactly 3 units, please observe this carefully. Here, it's placed at a distance of 3. If I want to increase it, I'll make it 4, and now to one side. Here, it's placed at a distance of 3. If I want to increase it, make it 4. Now I grabbed one side, moved it to the outside, and when I select New, you'll see on this side, this part outside isn't needed. In the same way, select this line and take it outward with offset. So now I have a few lines here that have appeared. If you want to remove extra lines from here, if you want to remove them, basically that's a function of the layer itself. You won't remove them like this. Just switch to the layer and turn that layer off. Or for this inner component, I'll move it to a new layer. I'll put it in Sketch 2 and change its color. Click OK, and then I'll turn off Sketch 1 from here. These two cross sections, or if I've made 2 sections, I'll also move them to Sketch 1. This way, all the extra elements will be removed from here. I closed it. Using the trim command, I'm removing the extra lines outside the circle. We'll remove them from this side as well. See, this has been removed. Closed it. Now you just select them in order. A window selection works too. Press Ctrl C, Ctrl V, then rotate from here, or come to this spot and rotate to 60 degrees, or move it where it looks best. See, I've placed the shape approximately here. Close it. Now you have, look closely, from this precise point here to this other specific point, all these various objects have now come into view. I carefully deselected this particular item and then, with a deliberate action, grouped them all together using the convenient Ctrl-G shortcut. And after completing that important step, you will then need to meticulously create a precise cross-section right here. See, I've carefully drawn a distinct diagonal line in this area, measuring approximately 1.5 millimeters in length, and subsequently mirrored it perfectly to the right side. After setting both of these crucial elements, you will then proceed to you will join them at the end, and now we have their cross-section. After that, close it. You have selected this object. Now go to modeling. Here we have the command create a shape by extruding along one or more center lines. So here, all these center lines are already selected. Use selection. This is my one selection. Select this one and apply it here. As soon as I applied it here, you can see the design. Now, since we made it in the opposite direction, you'll need to take this position, so it will be created on the inside. God willing, we'll keep discussing what more we can do with this, and which additional features we can apply to it. We'll keep learning new commands along the way. We'll meet again with new commands and new exercises. For now, allow me to take my leave. Allah Hafiz.